What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for jumping into another video. My name is Josh and I am just your average Joe day trader. Hey, so it's Wednesday, October 15th. It's almost 8 p.m. So a lot of the stocks that we normally are looking at during the day are getting ready to shut down for the night, unless they're 24-hour runners, which you know very much so. I love those because you can monitor them through the night, but especially when we get to that 4:30 a.m. where the market opens back up. Not officially, if you don't understand how all that works. The 4:30 a.m. the market opens back up. You get to see things running that are in the pre-market. You can trade if you have a brokerage account that allows you to trade in the extended hours. And then at 9:30, when the market bell rings, it's all fire. So here's what I want to share with you today. There were many runners, and I'm going to share some of my successes today. Fortunately, today was a day I didn't really have any failures, except I missed my entry on APLD. And if you watched my video yesterday, you know that I left about, I don't know, $700-800 on the table with APLD because I was looking at the wrong chart and sold too soon. But hey, it happens. Go watch my video if you want to hear all about that total mismatch. But what I wanted to share with you today is several things that I did talk about yesterday in the video and how they ended up turning out for me today. So I shared with all of you, and if you can see here on the chart, I shared with you about CRWV. And there is another stock that I like to trade, and it is related to CRWV. It's actually the 2X inverse, and it's actually the CRWG. It took me a minute to remember that one. CRWG. Now you can see that CRWG, being a leveraged shares 2X long, is right now at $13.67. It is not a 24-hour stock, so it's going to literally shut down here in about 6 minutes. But what I was looking at for today, I got in it yesterday, okay? And pretty much, even though this is a 15-minute candle, we go to 30 minutes. So yesterday, I got in this one right before market close in this big red candle. I know it sounds kind of crazy, like why would you do that, Josh? But I got in during this red candle because this red candle was actually pushing back up, right? If you look at this red candle, you see full candle wick. It was pushing back up at closing, and then after the market closed, the post market, it continued on a slight uptrend. Then you see here at 4:30 in the morning, huge gap up. So it went basically from about $12.86 all the way up here to $13.40, and then it continued to run. And when the market bell opened, it pumped. It had some up and down volatility, and then it continued to pump and got out at a high of 14.02. And I made about $590 on this play alone, CRWG. So the reason why I love the 2Xs is because they move super quick up. But like I've said, you have to understand that anything that's a 2X, it means it moves twice the speed, twice the dollar amount you could get in payout, but it also drops twice as fast. So even though CRWV could be dropping this way, CRWV leverage is really dropping this way. So you have to be very careful. These are very risky plays. I like them because I'm doing the technicals, I'm looking at my charting, I'm doing my support and resistance levels, and I try not to buy unless I'm at a level of support, which is kind of the trick, right? If you are at a point where stock is continuing down and breaking through support, don't buy it. It's going to hit the next support level. Wait to see if you get the bounce. And on Tuesday, I don't remember what day it is, I had several bounces. That's why I bought in, took a position on it, and it paid off through the post market into the 24-hour, into the pre-market, and about, halfway mid-morning, I took profit on it and got out. And thank goodness I did, because you can see here that it dropped all the way back down. Now it did later in the day come back up. So you could have gotten in somewhere here in this candle, $13.36, $13.50, and ran this one back all the way up here to $13.76. Another opportunity to make money, but you just got to be careful with them. The thing about it is, like I showed you, CRWV, which I don't like to trade because it's $140 per share, dropped hard. And I knew from looking at my charts and my data that CRWV still has room to go, right? It was at 144.97, okay? So 153.20 at the top high here. So I know it still has room, right? There's another $24 left to completely fill back up to this top part. And will it do it? It could. But is Josh in this one tonight or tomorrow? Not yet. May I be? I might, because I like to play CRWG. Let me share with you another one, which I actually found today, kind of pretty cool. And so if you like Rigetti, and RGTI is the ticker, I'm going to show you this real quick, okay? And you can see I'm in it. I'm already up $386. So I'm going to close that out. Now let me show you something about Rigetti. Everyone should do your homework, do your due diligence on Rigetti. There's been a lot of hype, a lot of talk. I believe that there's potentially an agreement or some sort of a company that's going to partner with Rigetti, RGTI. Read the news and kind of do some research on it, but that's what I'm finding so far. And what I love about Rigetti is that if you go to the daily chart, look at this, okay? Honestly, for weeks now, it's been on nothing but this uptrend. Matter of fact, I do charting on here for videos. I haven't charted this one for videos in a while because it's on my TradingView account. But I'm going to tell you right now that Rigetti is a home run right now. I'm in it. I think you saw it on there. I've got 100 shares of this, and I'm literally just waiting for this thing to continue on an uptrend. It's not a day trade for me, although tomorrow, depending on where it's at tomorrow, it may be. But let me share with you why I'm in Rigetti. And what I love about Rigetti is something that we found today, and that is actually RGTZ. I share with you all the different stocks that have the inverse plays, okay? Well, RGTZ, you can see, is new in the Defiance Daily Target Short in the inverse world. So RGTZ runs down when RGTI is running up. And I'm going to get off the daily and just show you. So while RGTI was running down today, and let me show that to you, running down pretty much all morning until this major engulfing candle right here almost to $50.50 at 1:15 in the afternoon. I rode it somewhere in the middle here of the morning. I got in and rode it all the way down to the bottom here, and I made a few $100s on it because I knew from the data, from what was going on, that RGTI was following trend south. So RGTZ is what I played, and you can see that it was at the bottom here at about $9 and actually $8.18 open. I got into it about $9 and it went all the way up to $10.56. Saw this happening, coming down, sold it somewhere around $10.20 something cents, got out. Beautiful. I love these types of trades. And look at the dollar cost per share, right? And it closed at 905. And RGTI, we don't think is going to have a pullback tomorrow, but keep this one on your radar because on bad, negative, red down days, RGTC is one that you want to play. It's very similar to my plays with, let's see, SPY. Nope, not SPY. My lie. With Tesla, okay? TSLQ, when Tesla's running down like it did this morning, TSLQ runs up. TSLS runs up. Okay, I'm trying to go through this pretty quickly. Those go down when Tesla's going up. So when Tesla's going up and you have like this right here, an uptrend, then you want to buy shares in TSLR or TSLT or TSLL. And I keep sharing all this with you because we don't want to be Tesla experts, but right now Tesla has got the movements up and down, and you, instead of buying calls or puts and potentially losing that, you can just play shares and quickly get out of it if you see it turn going in the wrong direction or the right direction. But you can play. You can also play these against each other. A lot of times, depending on where it's at a support level, I may buy 2 or 3 of the ups and I'll buy the other 2 downs. And depending on which direction Tesla main takes, I'll sell off the one and allow the other ones to continue to run. So yes, you might lose 20, 30, 40 bucks, but if you're quick about it and you know what you're doing, you're making it up in the other run as those go down. Now, obviously, TSLX and TSLS are not the same dollar value as TSLT, TSLR, and TSLL. The other one that we talk about a lot, and obviously today I did miss my entry, but I did something brave and silly, and that's I bought APLD pretty much almost to the high today, because I knew, based on my technicals, that right here, which is about $39 and roughly 20 cents. Okay, let's put a line on here because this is actually a resistance support level. So let's just knock it in there. 38.92. Okay, 39.20 right in here. is basically, you can see it bounced off of it several times. And I knew if I got 3 or 4 bounces that it was going to crack $40 today. So I got in it at about $39.20. And you're probably thinking like, why the heck would you do that, Josh, right? Why the heck would you do that? Because remember, I'm following my support and resistance levels, and 39.20 is about where my support level was, which it kept bouncing on. And as soon as I saw 1, 2, 3 bounces, I knew I had a chance to break it up and snipe it. And that's exactly what I did. $39.20, got out just shy of $40 per share. And I went in heavy, about 1,000 shares, took profit, called it a day on APLD. And then look what it did. It broke through both of these, 39.33, 39.20, 38.92. And that's how, thank goodness I knew, don't touch it, not for today. It broke down. But if you were monitoring it, you saw it got back to 35.61, had this major engulfing candle, and then it just rocket shipped back up there, 35.61, all the way to a close of 37.76. And I'm just going to tell you right now, everybody, APLD is a very hard one to catch. This thing runs up and runs down. Wow, brutally. Volatile. It runs fast. It's kind of like watching Tesla. If you ever just pull up the Tesla on your chart and you see the numbers by pennies ticking up and down, 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 down. That's what APLD's been doing lately. It's ridiculous. A ton of people, ton of volume, ton of movement. But I did make my money in APLD today, and that's why my Discord name is Josh Loves APLD. Okay, next one I wanted to share with you in APLD, and some of you already know it, and you've been sending me comments about it, APLX. So APLX is the 2X long. Now, I'm going to show you the daily, because I remember when it first came out and a lot of people saying, hey, Josh, explain to us APLX. How does this work? Okay, well, how it works is, I'm going to share it with you again. $25.55 just a few weeks ago, and it's already at $165.97. So this is the 2X inverse play. As long as APLD continues to grow, APLX continues to grow. If APLD pulls down, APLX is going to go down. And you have to play this one smart, because elevator up, elevator down. But look at the money potential. Let's go to the 15-minute on it today. And you can see if you were to get into it this morning at 151.09, you had a chance to run this thing all the way up here to 177.02. That's why people love these. That's why I love these, because it's a great opportunity to make a lot of money and a lot quicker. But again, be careful. All right, NVTS today. There's a lot of people. I'm going crazy over here. A lot of people right now are buying puts. Do you buy puts? Do you buy puts right now? $15.16. This is an unbelievable run for NVTS, Navitas. And I've heard other people announce it, Navitas and Navitas and all that. It's like a Spanish company. You have to pronounce it Navitas, okay? Navitas Semiconductor. Great company. Amazing what it's doing right now. But I'm not so sure, based on the technicals, that it's going to hold this 15.16 level. Now, I'll probably buy puts on this tomorrow, and guess what will happen? It'll run to $20. Okay, just my luck. So I'm not sure yet. And remember, I'm not the options person. Even in the Discord, everyone was giving me a hard time about it this morning, because I'm posting all kinds of really juicy options plays for people to consider, things that are being shared with me. I'm sharing it in the Discord. 5, 10, 15 different plays. I probably have some I need to post tonight for the group. And by the way, if you're not a member of the Discord, right here on the YouTube channel, hit the join button, join the elite group. The elite group gets you access to the Discord, where I'm posting plays, I'm posting options, opportunities, puts and calls. I'm posting some flow. We have access to Unusual Whales, which is a bot in the Discord that you can actually run your own options flow. You can run individual stocks. It's an awesome opportunity to get in and play around with Unusual Whales. You know, Unusual Whales charges to be part of their website and all that. Well, we're able to provide it in the Discord. And if you learn it and play with it, it's awesome. And you can really, really get a lot of good insight from using the bot that's part of our Discord. Anyway, if you want to join, hit the elite membership. Would love to have you. In the description is my email address, averagejoedaytrader01@gmail.com. Click the join button, become an elite member, send me the email, tell me your Discord handle, tell me where you're from, your full name. We log you in, we send you the invite link. Boom, you're in the Discord. You get to be part of this community. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're offering it at basically $10 a month. If you sign up on your computer, if you try to sign up on your iPhone, for some reason, Apple charges $12.99 a month. Sign up on your computer and then download it to your iPhone. But 10 bucks a month. The price is not going to stay there forever. We've got a lot of good interest in it. And I'm telling you right now, become part of the community. We're building it from the bottom up. Anyway, NVTS, not sure what to do. Buy puts, buy calls. We got to wait and see what it does tomorrow. It is a 24-hour. It's running horizontal right now. So we will see what to do there. But I'm not the options guy. I'm learning options right now, and I want to understand it better, and I'm continuing every day to learn it. So if I throw option stuff out there, you got to do your homework, your own research, your own due diligence. Definitely not financial advice. But if you're an options person, we have a channel in the Discord called the Options Playground. And everybody that does options goes in the playground, sharing calls, sharing puts, best premiums, strike price, etc. It's very cool. I follow it along, and I do actually paper trade some of the calls from the Discord membership. And man, a lot of them are winners, more winners than losers. So join the Discord, become part of it. Anyway, CRML, everyone's saying, is also getting ready to load up and getting ready to run again. And remember, we just came out of the cup and handle formation for CRML. So very cool, great opportunity. Last one I want to share with you, and I'm going to let you go, is SMCI. Now this is cool. Okay, so right here on SMCI, I had to pull it out in the big chart. Ignore all the lines. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and delete. No, I'm not gonna. Yeah, let me delete all that right now because I need to redo it anyway. But here's what I want to show you. Okay, and it's kind of hard to see on here, but what we have in the daily, in the weekly, and I'll go to daily. It shows it even better. We have this major gap here. Okay, but we have the cup and handle formation, and right here is the handle consolidating. So the next move at some point for SMCI is to the moon. It's going to rocket. It's going to pull up this direction. Okay, you got your cup. We got our handle consolidating, and it's going to run. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I want you all to be prepared, do your homework on it. But SMCI for me is a winner, and I took a position on it, and I'm waiting to see how it runs and how long I've got to stay in it. And I don't worry about pullbacks when it's consolidating in the handle. I get in it because the base of launch, the breakout, could be at any moment, could be any day. Okay, so you want to be prepared for that. And you got to prepare yourself financially for the risk of it coming back down. And if it fails, it fails. Okay, but you got to prepare yourself for that. But here's what I like to do. I'm not in SMCI. Nope, guess what Josh is in? And where are we at here? I'm in SMC X. Okay, SMCX, a little bit cheaper. This is where I've got my position, $47.46 in the overnight trading, but this is the basically 2x long for SMCI. So if SMCI breaks the handle and it launches, well, SMCX is going to pay 2 times, twofold. Okay, and this is the one I'm in and I'm playing. Not financial advice. Do your homework. Really need to do your own due diligence. I'm sharing with you my plays as an average Joe. I believe this one potentially could be a rocket ship. You just need to chart it out, find your support and resistance levels, build that cup and handle. I'm going to share it with you here on the screen so you can see it. If you want to pause and take a picture of it, then go ahead and do that right here. But I believe it's a home run play, and I'm ready for it. All right, average Joe day trader, best day trade list. We're not going to run through every one of them, but man, what an incredible day. I am going to put the list right here so you can take a look at it again. If you don't have it, screenshot it, keep it, go through your charts, take a look at each and every one of them. Man, but they continue to prove themselves over and over again as super awesome runners. A lot of green today for another day. After a horrible Friday, we've got a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the books with awesome results. And get ready, because we're now entered into tech earnings. And if earnings are good on some of these big tech companies, the market's gonna launch. Last thing on the S&P 500, because I wanted to share with you how the markets ended. Obviously, the S&P 500 closed a little. Nope, look at that, boom. It just cleared itself. Up 0.40%, Dow Jones down 0.04%, NASDAQ up 0.66%. And the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because when we go to the SPY itself, you see, okay, the yellow is the SPY. All my charts have the SPY on it. That's the daily. So it's just a beautiful chart. But on the 15-minute, you see today, the SPY came down, hence why I bought into the RGTZ, because it ran up while this is going down, along with RGTI. But the SPY recovered nicely at the end of the day. 658 bottom, 665.17. Listen, this level right here, 672.13. This is the top of the Friday red candle. This was the high. We have got to get above 672 and break through the 672 resistance level in order to get back to a bull market. For now, the market's recovering back up to it, but if it hits it and it acts as a resistance and it bounces, then there's potential that the SPY is going to run all the way back down to 656, 652, and all the way down even more than that. We've got to be prepared for that. But I'm showing you all the inverse plays. If the SPY continues to run down, you got a lot of things you can get into to still make money in the opposite end. Who needs calls and puts in options? Well, I kind of want to learn it anyway. But if you like calls and puts, you can basically do the same thing with shares, a little bit less risky, but those inverse plays, they move quick, so be careful. Anyway, if it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for being here. Join the Elite Discord membership. Hit the join button and join us in the Discord where you can be with the rest of the community, see their plays, see what they're talking about. I share a lot of charts. I'm sharing a lot of stuff. Get that information that you need. It's a lot of stuff I don't share in these videos. All right, God bless you. Thank you for being here. Josh out. Peace.